Make sure that goes through. Yes, good. Am I forgetting something? I'm gonna put my notification out and everything. Perfect. It's 2 hours long. Woo! Get orchestra hit. Hamith. Hello, hello, howdy, hello, howdy. Let's get music going. How's the volume on that? That's probably fine. I heard a Mario Galaxy thing recently, and now I want to listen to Mario Galaxy. So we're going to listen to Mario Galaxy throughout this stream. I think I have an oat in my throat that is making me sound different. What the heck? Why do I keep eating oats before the stream? I keep doing this! Probably actually up that a little bit, because a lot of the music is pretty chill. Anyway, howdy, howdy, howdy. So, I haven't worked on this in a while. This was the map, the lore map TM. Oh, by the way, I moved the camera a little bit. I don't know, like... Sorry, my lighting is gonna be like a little weird because I'm doing this thing with the window shut. Or with the light off. And I do note, now that I look a little closer at it, that I look a little weird. Like, when I look over at chat, I like really look over. Like, I'm like here for chat, and like here for looking at the stream. But I think this is a lot better for like when I'm actually looking at the game. Previously it was like this way, the camera was this way, now it's this way. It's a good few degrees off, and the problem I had was I think my face was like this all the time. I did not like that forward-facing crab. My beard gets like kind of uncanny with the spikes and everything when it's facing forward. I just want to see something real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna adjust this real quick. I don't have any, like, I only have, like, the color key on it. I just want to see. Oh, the white balance is automatic. Okay. Technically, I could just make it real orange. I don't know what's, like, a natural color for this weird lighting that I've got. This room doesn't have, like, the greatest lighting options. Like, I would like to put maybe some things behind me again, but I need to figure that out. I've got all my lights are over there, but they don't shine bright enough to get over here. Hello, undead. Make it real orange like the previous house. Yeah, that's actually weirdly part of it is, I'm the greenest person. Where was that? That was like here. It's oh no, now I'm messing with like weird things. Okay, how red do I think this red shirt is? That's where we balance the color. White balance should be based on if the shirt is the correct amount of red. There, yeah, I don't even know. Did I change anything much? I don't even freaking know. I'm just fiddling. I'm forever fiddling with this new webcam. Cause I mean, okay. Here's the thing. My lights are off. I've got a lamp behind here. Like the screen is blocking. This is just ambient light in my room. I can see your PC lights. Oh yeah, the PC lights. They do reflect onto that. Which, no matter where I've lived, for some reason this stupid laundry hamper, I can never find a place to put it. It's always here. It's always next to me while I'm streaming and I can't do anything about it. There's nowhere else to put it. Whoa, okay, the music got a little bit too intense for me complaining about the location of my clothes hamper. Oh yeah, there's the boots that I've been wearing all winter. The boots aren't that intense, guys, don't worry. There's the bags that I use to clean up trash. And, there's some discarded, things that I didn't sort that are just barely on view. I really wish I could wear my glasses on stream. If I get a new pair of glasses, can I pop the lenses out on these or just make them glass or something? Like, just generic, non-prescription glass so I can wear my glasses on stream? Okay, back to here. Because I hate the fact that I'm not real. I don't feel like the correct person on stream. Where's the big box of ramen? Oh, 1 second. So I didn't end up using that for my, I didn't end up using it for putting my PC on, but the big box of ramen is the orange thing, behind the boots that the bags are sitting in. And that's it. But yes, it's there. Also, the glasses are a little weird because, like, I can't have, like, the headphones on correctly. Like, the... I could just stream like this. Does that look weird enough for you? I don't know. Remember... Blue light filtering glasses. Well, funny enough. I could just do that. Now I'm someone with questionable political takes? I don't know. Everything's yellow now. Yippee! I kind of like the circular glasses, even though they're a little weird. So funny enough, we got these ones years ago. Dan, I think, was using them for a bit of driving at night, but he was trying to find glasses that look like Vash the Stampedes. The problem is, unlike the actual Vash the Stampede glasses, they're a little larger. Maybe not that much larger, but they don't have the little squiggly on the side, which really makes them. Yeah, I mean, technically I could wear these at the computer while I stream. Honestly, it kind of works. Hey, I'm wearing red today. I'm a mixture of all of my favorite anime characters, as I have beard spikes and everything else. Anyway, so I haven't streamed this since I updated my PC, which means I'm gonna keep an eye on it, but I think it can handle, first of all, shaders. Second of all, since last stream, I actually updated the shaders and fixed a bunch of things. Like, visually, they should be a little bit better. For instance, you can kind of see it a little bit, but I wonder if I can actually adjust that a little. 1 second. I want to see something real quick. Options, advanced graphics quality. Can't really see it entirely, but what if I put the brightness up just a little? Oh, that makes that look really weird. Like it's dark and then it's light. Huh. Yeah, there's like these shaders are so close to perfection for me. In terms of what I would want with all the visuals and everything. Just up it a tiny bit. But yeah, it's not perfect, but it's near perfect, and it's way better. It's way better than it was before. And I like fixed some of the saturation and stuff. Oh, okay, actually, you know what? Next week I'll bring it up. It'll be on stream. I updated a bunch of my mods. But anyway, so oh yeah, I forgot I made these in this world. I have my little map here. Hello? Are there always kiddos here? Wait, did I have like a texture pack on that made you like Nico arcs or something? Is there a reason I put cats down everywhere? I don't remember putting cats down everywhere. Huh. Okay. So, depending on if you remember or not, so this is the tree that's there. This is the town. There's a railroad that comes through. These are some of like the main roads that go to some different locations. A lot of farms, forests and mountains, rivers, you know, we got a whole layout here, and you know, I had worked on it a while back. And well, admittedly, I think I'm taking too long on these mountains. I might try to hurry it up. I mean, I really do like the results. It's very, I don't know, is it like very like maybe Breath of the Wild-y or something? This looks like a Final Fantasy overworld map. What it really reminds me of is, funny enough, Zelda 2. It's so like Zelda 2 to me, I guess, with like the trees and the mountains and stuff. If we ever just gave up on making fancier games and just made an RPG maker RPG for this world, yeah, there you go. Yeah, this was a while ago. So basically, my plan going forward, I'm gonna try to fill in my 4 stream days a week, and if I just can't think of something else to do, I'll add this in as filler. So I won't do it like continuously because again, Minecraft doesn't get good viewership. The heck? Oh, weird. Yeah, I won't do it continuously, but it will be like one of my sort of filler streams because I do want to work on it over time. It takes forever and it's not the most interesting thing to watch, I don't think, so fair enough. However, it is a good jumping off point. So with this town, somewhere in here, I need to add a spot for a library. I was thinking of the mechanics in this little land. How would a library work? And weirdly enough, I think, like, library... Okay, so you gotta remember, it's... The sort of culture of the area is sort of like a kingdom. Library. But yeah, you gotta kind of remember that this is like a weird, like... Weirdly enough, I realized, like... I kind of feel like you end up with a structure in a lot of fantasy worlds, or maybe a couple different fantasy worlds, that kind of harkens back to what I've kind of been learning about the structure of, like, older Germany. Like, I don't know too much about it, but some of what I've been reading recently, like, you know, they thought they were free and whatnot, you know, talks a bit about Germany and a bit of the leading up to everything that went down. And so I'm just kind of deciding what to work on. Do I want to just try to work on these mountains more, or do I want to... I kind of want to put a forest in, but I need to make sure... Like, I can get to the edge of anywhere I've painted green, I think. Green! But yeah, so I think, if I'm understanding correctly, there was kind of a structure of... You'd have, like, it would be like a kingdom, or you know, it would have, like, royalty or kingdom or whatever, but you would maybe still have, like, local positions were, elected. So, for instance, your mayor or whatever, you know. You only had, like... You only had sort of a micro influence on things, I suppose. So, I guess that's some of my thought here is, I feel like, with a real-world analog in mind, I kind of assume that that's how this fantasy world kind of works. Like that, but in pink. Yeah, I could imagine pink works pretty good. Wait a second, yellow? Pink? Spampton? Sorry, what? We are each one half of a Spampton. I don't even know how to simulate some of those weirder, like, laughs that Undertale characters and Deltarune characters do. Just put that soundtrack on now. But yeah, I was kind of thinking, so... Things like tax collection are probably, like, a very hit-or-miss thing. It's probably a bit closer to... you don't really have, like, your state and federal. You probably have more, I don't know, like, maybe businesses pay to the town that they're in for local services or something. But then, like, maybe some, like, you know, some dudes come by and collect a bit of money sometimes that are under the king, or whatever you have, for each region. And as such, you have a kind of weird problem that public services are not, like, as structured as they are in modern society. Like, you don't really have maybe as much of a structure of, like, a police force in your town, but you do have an adventure guild kind of thing. It's really hard to disconnect from the adventure guild concept in a fantasy world. It just works, man. Now, I'm not sure really, like, admittedly, I'm not really sure if I would consider it, like, okay, so it's not like just, there's probably a couple different things. You probably have a couple bars where people, a couple bars where people might congregate, but, like, something like an adventure guild, I do think that there would be, so I guess the lore in my head was always that there is a group that kind of manages, like, basically, if you join them officially, they give you some gear, They give you sort of a startup, but they also expect a bit of what you gather from your adventure. So they make it like a bit easier to get into it. Technically, you don't need to be a part of their thing. They kind of try to act as a regulatory body, and there's probably an interweaving of politics there. But yeah, you wouldn't really have like an official like town police force, probably. It's the kind of thing where the kingdom itself would have its knights, or various things under, like, there has, of course, some level of a group of authority that's like, are you technically under the kingdom? You work with them. There's a very honor system kind of like thing going for whatever the group of paladins are. I don't know. So like this area was always based on like a mixture of fantasy concepts. Because like the whole idea of Polycentura was always that it is a planet that basically every era of fantasy exists in different regions. And so this is always the one that I always explored the most, but there are other regions, and I'm not sure if I'll ever get around to modeling them. But technically, for instance, in this world with fantasy and magic, Great Gun Gauntlet would exist elsewhere in a more modern, futuristic society. So, I don't know. I really should just, like, have these streams turn into my lore dump. But, anyway, in my dumping of my thoughts, I'm thinking, okay, I need to find a spot here that's good for, like, a bookstore. Because, like, okay, there's probably not, like, a funded library thing. But there's probably a library kind of place where it's a bookstore where you can essentially use it as a library if you get a membership. So it kind of functions as both. And I'm kind of wondering how much that exists IRL, like whether or not there are any bookstores that operate as libraries, or like that's gotta be a thing, but I'm not really sure how prevalent it is. Anyway, I think I'm gonna commit to just adding some trees here, I think. How did the, what were the controls again? Keybinds? View. No. Movement? Oh gosh. Basic? Adjust speed is Q. Okay. Is there like a... Oh, it's down here. Okay. So, one of the things I was gonna try to print stuff like this into the landscape, but I think I'm gonna skip out on these. This was like a weird attempt to have like, oh, little encampments and stuff. Just automatically like sort of printed as I brush around. But it turns out this is annoying, and I'm just gonna build them where I think they go. You know, do some stuff manually. This is a weird process, but it technically worked. It's just not great. Okay, so tool options. This didn't have prefabs, did it? Crud. Oh wait, did I have? Oh, I did have. Okay. Dark oak forest, brushes, or bushes, sorry. Yeah, okay. I've seen bookstore, but I think as movie stores, the precedent exists. Yeah, so it's just like one of those weird thoughts I've had. So okay, there was a preset for bushes, dark oak forest. So yeah, I've already messed with a couple things, but yeah, I really want to get on it with this tool. These brushes I made for Will's Island, I think I'm gonna do different trees here. Actually, the question is, what was the select of trees I was gonna do for this area? So, I was making these trees before. Was it going to just be like kind of an oak forest with some birch, I guess? Like a really basic thing? Guess it makes sense. I feel like I need to make some pine trees, though. In retrospect. This area is in kind of a cooler area, so I think having evergreens in the mountains makes sense. What is Polycentura? Okay, so yeah, I guess I can, while I make some more trees real quick, I can get more into it. I mean, how do I make trees that are better than... If there's one thing that I think the Minecraft trees are decent about, I think the pine trees are pretty good, so I might just grow some and copy those. The Spruce multi-century. Yeah, so I think gold made the name. Originally. By the way, what's the button to open? Is it control? Or is it control? Or is it alt? It's alt. Okay. What was I doing this? I think it's... Yeah, I was doing 3 blocks down. Okay. Just re-familiarizing myself with the map. Yeah, I was doing a lot of blocks up. Yeah, so, it was that thought that I had before, or the comment I had made just a moment ago about kind of a fantasy world where all kind of eras of fantasy exist in different regions. It's a very large planet to make this work, admittedly. Like, the concept does have to stretch a few things to make it work, but, basically, the idea is each of the continents is separated through various means, in a way that keeps the technology from sort of reaching each other. What the heck did I just do? Oh, I have this in my other hand. So like a region like this kind of exists in a sort of bubble of its own sort of, technological progress, where it's just like it would go from like medieval fantasy into sort of maybe a more modern fantasy, into, you know, just modern, futuristic, then inevitably apocalyptic and post-apocalyptic, and then like ancient, you know, everything rebuilds again from the ground up, essentially. So it's a world that's in a kind of continuous cycle like that. Where I guess kind of one of the sort of interesting concepts like that, working on a Minecraft server, or is it existing media, that it's something that I've kind of, you know how some people just kind of have like a little creative world, like a lore that sits in their head forever? I guess for me, it's been mine for the past so many years. We rely on use technology, something those paths cross. Yeah, so one of the fun parts, like I explore all kinds of like weird ideas with it. You know, it's the kind of thing that I could like use this as like the basis for like, you know, a book or a series or something, and it probably will never be utilized that much. Well, I can't really say that because it's used as the background lore for our games, kind of thing. It's a weird way to have like interconnectivity without interconnectivity, and also to sort of build some limitations into a fantasy world. I think I like these with like the actual pointy toppers. Can I make this a little pointier? Yeah, that works. What if I, like, give it, like, a little thing under there? Does that... That looks a little weird. I could give one tree that. So... Yeah, so I guess, like, this map has basically been me getting out the energy built up of just, like, I want to design one of the areas that I've messed with. So, like, when I did Metopia all that time ago, the characters, a lot of the characters I used in that are, like, characters that live in this area. Because, like, I guess that's the other funny thing to remember about it is, a lot of this has its origins with, like, man, some of this stuff, like, 15 years old, in that, the beginnings of this is the ever-cursed, the ideas came to us back Brawl in the Family forum, like the little roleplay forum there was. Everybody just throwing their OCs at each other. And seeing what sticks. So I've got some, like, really old, just legacy lore, and I guess part of this is also just me being like, okay, can I figure out how to... Ooh, what the heck was that? Can I figure out how to actually, like, explain half of my ideas and refine them into something? Because I definitely find myself as somebody that really, really likes building, like, overly in-depth world building, but at the same time, who doesn't, I guess? Like, maybe not the craziest world building in the world, but, I like thinking about how the mechanics of everything works. So, like, one of the thoughts I've had is, I feel like this music's a little loud. Or, you know what, I'll just turn it down on my end. I think it's fine on the stream. One of the thoughts that I've had with this... It is weird that they're just the Minecraft trees, but a little taller, but I think it's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. How do I save it so that it actually has the roots in the ground? I don't actually remember how that works. I think I have to set the offset when I actually put it down, but I'm not sure. So, yeah, one of the aspects of this has always been, like, how do you actually prevent, how do you prevent regions from, like, commingling too much, I guess? In that, you know, if you have, like, a sci-fi area, you know, that's gonna mean things like attempts at space travel and whatnot. I will say, I do think it makes the most sense if this planet is essentially, what's the term again for when there's, like, the, you can't leave the planet, like, something has probably gone horribly wrong at some point in terms of, like, there's probably stuff like a radiation belt or, space debris. Like, this planet is maybe at one point didn't have all these problems, but definitely now has all of these problems in terms of, like, yeah, you're gonna have decently high-tech areas, but probably not in the level of, like, globalized networks or satellites. Sci-fi in a vacuum. Like any fantasy world, the moon is partially destroyed. Like any fantasy world, there's 2 moons. Okay, I guess mob spawning is on because there's just always bats down here. Look at them all. I think Mario Galaxy remembers Luigi's Mansion. The second moon exists because the first one got destroyed. The second moon exists so the first one can get destroyed. Now, the funny part about, like, thinking of, okay, if I want to do something where I essentially have lore that, like, is shared between multiple games or whatever, the funniest thing is, if we ever hit a point where, you know, we can't explain how, like, two plot lines could exist on the same planet, it's just somewhere else in the universe, that's fine. Like, I already have a game idea that's basically, like, way stupidly in the future, like, space game that, how does this work again? How does this work? Is there a button operation? One second. Save blueprint? Yeah, okay. Wait, what's my, okay, so palm trees, oak tree medium. I guess these will all just be spruce tree, pine tree, whatever. I didn't have the best standards here, but, okay. Let me just save this real quick. Medium tree. This is helpful for me later. Don't worry. Spruce. Excuse me. Pine tree medium 1. Oh yeah, I have to actually save this to file. Where the heck am I? Right. Game files. Minecraft. Multi-MC. Where is it? Instances. World edit. Was this not where we were saving these? Oh boy, is there not like a blueprint? Where? Does the other thing tell me where I was saving this data? Maybe, no. One second, I need to open folder. Config. It's in the config folder for whatever reason. Okay. Oh gosh, it reset which folder I'm saving it to. No. Okay. We got there. We got there in the end. Yippee! Okay. Also, yeah, hearing a little bit of the Mario Galaxy soundtrack again recently, I couldn't resist wanting to put it on as my background music today. Like, it actually is kind of crazy how good of a soundtrack it is. I clicked wrong. What is this? Stop. I mean, I think my thought about Mario Galaxy recently was that it is the best aging Mario game on the worst aging console. I mean, just listen to it. Pine Tree Medium 2. Okay. It saved the folder that time. I think I might have been gifted the All-Stars copy. I really actually should give that a play. Like, give Mario Galaxy a replay on stream. I know I streamed it years ago, but I really, really wouldn't mind playing it again. And I just want to see what it's like when you have all of your things mapped to buttons properly, because I'm pretty sure that the All-Stars version lets you just do that. No need to do the motion controls unless you're shooting star bits, maybe. And that's maybe a small tree, but whatever. But, see, by doing these streams, I can coin the name Polycentura, because otherwise it's just been floating around as a thing we've mentioned on and off. And I don't really think anybody's used the name, much before. But, I really do like it as the name of a planet. Even though it's the kind of funny thing that, like, in universe, probably very few people would call it that. Perhaps only if you have, like, I guess that's the funny part. You would have a lot of people, like, you would have a lot to work with for archaeology. You would have just a very confusing, like, archaeologists have the most bizarre job in the world in terms of uncovering the truth of the planet. And so, bad. Maybe amongst archaeologists, that would eventually become the consistent term in various regions. Also, like, when I say the areas are kind of, like, divided into segments, some of them might be looser than others in terms of how separated it is. And there's probably some level of, like, those that can manage to get from one area to the other occasionally do exist. Because, so, basically, okay. I made a lot of the original ideas for this before I started watching One Piece. But in the end, it operates on One Piece logic. It's really, really funny that, I guess, if you want to have an idea where your planet, like, the people in your planet cannot easily travel, I think it just ends up being a kind of, like, no-brainer to be like, the ocean is dangerous, you don't go there. Cause yeah, essentially you get your kaiju media mixed into this batch by having the no man's lands. My Thasalophobia agrees with that. Man, sorry, I just remembered I was gonna play Subnautica, but they had like an update right before I went to play it, and now I need to figure out whether the modding community is gonna update their mods or if everybody's just gonna stick with the version from before they updated it because it's like a nothing burger of an update. But then they had like another update for Subnautica 2 recently, so now I'm not sure about that either. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, you would... Excuse me. You would definitely have the oceans just have like crazy sea monsters and insane weather that even like a sci-fi society would struggle with dealing with. Also, in the cycle of this logic, the unfortunate assumption is that any high-tech society eventually has an apocalypse and collapses again, and the cycle repeats. Okay, we got some pine trees mixed in. You start hearing this music play if you travel out into the ocean. Okay, so how did I do this before? Let's see. Oh, what is this tool? Modify? Missing selection. Dissolve. Rotate copy. I don't even know what this button is. I didn't know it was here. Whoa, that glitches out a little bit. What is the divisible? Oh no, what is the divisible like setup that I have to do to get the tools to look right? No! It's just gonna be hidden here forever. Because I can't stand seeing it. Okay, stamp tool. Soap. Let me just check something. So this one, for some reason, the offset is 2. Do I have one of these that's not as tall as it's supposed to be? Or is this... How does this work? Why are some of these 4 and some of these like 2? Even though they're all 3. Is it something to do with... Is it offset from the top? Oh no. I don't actually know. I'm gonna have to do some testing real quick. I'm also realizing how obsessed I was with this track in the past. It's a good soundtrack. Okay, so... Oh man, I'm a mess. So add blueprint. Oak, wait. Shift click, yeah. Add all the oak trees. Some of the birch trees, I think, make sense. I don't think you can hear it over the music. But the wind today is kind of crazy. Is that all of them? I think so. Wait, is it actually raining now? Oh, I think it, yeah, it is, isn't it? Looks like it is. Oh man, it's got that, like, really, just that specific, yellow outside. It's, slightly disconcerting. Do I have all? One second. Is that all of the... No, that's not all of... Well... Wait a second, what? Why do I have... I have like 4... There's gotta be more blueprints here, right? Why do I only have 4 of them? Yeah, I've only got 4 birch trees. And they're like... Those are definitely old versions. Okay. Gotcha. We're removing these. I've gotta do some more copy and paste, I'm sorry. Yeah, there's like 4 small ones, and then I guess the rest of these I would consider medium. But, so yeah, the general idea has been that between the different regions is various very, very unreasonable conditions. So, largely, like, the easiest one really is just kaijus. You go across the ocean, kaijus. You go through the Badlands, kaijus. All problems come back to kaijus. They stay in their area. They're very territorial. You know. Birch and then small. Birch tree small one. Yeah, we already have a file there. We'll replace it. Now, one of the things that gets really fun is how do you have magical and non-magical rules in a world like this? Holy moly, the weather actually is picking up like crazy out there. I don't know if it's really that... I can't tell if it's that much rain, but... it sounds like a lot on my window. I think just because it's the wall where it's hitting. Is this a bad time to mention I had a dream where there was a tornado last night? A premonition, perhaps. Birch tree small 2. I think if any time we have a tornado, it would be tonight. Or, but generally probably not this time of year. I really don't know how that works. I know down south they have more risk of tornadoes this time of year, but not really around here, I wouldn't think. Birch tree small 3. I would rather there be no tornadoes. Well, here in the United States, we make our choice of which horrifying disaster we gamble with. The East Coast has its gamble with, hurricanes. The West Coast gets its earthquakes. The deserts get heat waves. The mountains and some of the, like, northern areas get, blizzards, and the Midwest gets, tornadoes. Pick your poison. Or live in Georgia and get, like, tornadoes and hurricanes, if you want, I guess. Or Texas, I guess, is kind of 3 of those. I think you can get heat waves there. Oh, and blizzards. Yeah, no, I don't... Okay, actually, as one of my choices is when moving was figuring out what compromises I was okay with weather. Politically, there were plenty of reasons I wouldn't move to Texas. But, oh my gosh, what have I done? Well, that's so weird. But weather? I mean, part of the problem is Texas is very poorly run right now. And so, like, their power grid is all, like, not suited for the weather that they've been getting. But yeah, the the fact that they've been getting like all those power outages from like blizzards is one thing. The coastlines get hit with hurricanes. They're still in Tornado Valley. It's like, or Alley, sorry. It's a lot. Really is a pick as many poisons as you want. Oh yeah, but back to the thought of how do you prevent or how do you deal with magic systems and non-magic systems existing in the same world, and that all comes down to how you utilize magic energy or mana or whatever you want to call it. And the fact that a lot of... Oh, I have been tagging these as small. That's a problem. Let's do medium. I'll save the other ones in a moment. Birch tree medium 3, I think? Magic is oftentimes a little bit insane in a lot of fantasy stuff. Like, especially modern stuff that is, like, based on, like, mana rule sets and, you know, your grimoires and all your stuff. Like, sometimes mana is just an infinite resource. There's this idea that there's a stamina behind it, but if I'm being honest, yeah, like, you know, softer magic systems aren't really talking about, like, the stats of it, and they don't really have to... The stories aren't being told in a way that has to worry as much about, what happens, like... Well, actually, I guess it's kind of interesting, because I feel as though Lord of the Rings was itself having an implication that the magic in the world was kind of fading, and that the era of man was upon them in terms of a less magical world was coming. And so it's like, in a weird way, magic was kind of finite? Sorry, I'm so comically paranoid when typing these birch trees, because it's birch and tree, and the spoonerism is right there. I could mix up two letters. I think that was 565. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so but yeah. Heck yeah, give me that calm piano. One second. Tree medium 6. Oh boy, I just need to get past saving all of these trees real quick. We have to save the trees. Oh man. And I guess, like, I guess the tags don't matter that much. I'm not gonna bother fixing. I don't want to save those again. No, don't remind me how quickly these streams go by, bot. This is the only problem. Minecraft is a game that I feel like I have to stream for 8 hours to get a full session out of. I mean, what? Birch tree medium 8? Okay, one more. Honestly, I should take my BRBs sometimes, but, like, for these 2-hour streams, it's really easy to justify just not. Especially while playing Minecraft. Okay. and especially if I don't have the key, which I don't, so. Yeah, okay. You're not my dad! I'll do it. Okay. I'll be back in just a minute. Stretch your legs, get some water, bake your beans. I've once again learned the hard way that you need to take them. Did you get muscle problems? Oh wait, you're on that. I should remember to actually run. Body is a prison. Oh no. Yeah, I don't know if ads were playing when I commented, but learn the hard way to take breaks, I guess. Just do a little bit, actually a little bit more stretch in there. There we go. My body is a prion. Man, I kind of like wearing the glasses on stream. I've only had like, yeah, non-prescription, just regular glasses or something. Oh, I'm gonna check something really quick. I'm gonna check if there are any, like, tornado watch, warnings. Because I do realize, I mean, is the weather really enough to justify it? I don't think so. It's gonna be really windy tonight. 60 miles per hour is what they're predicting now? It went up! Oh no! Oh. Oh, that's nasty. Tornado map. Let's see. Because I did hear certain areas were having tornado watches. Okay, there's not really anything active right now. Yeah, the high risk is true Tornado Alley Midwest area, not where I am. I feel like this is extra loud. Some of these tracks are very varied in volume. But yeah, it was snowing earlier, now it's raining, and it just doesn't feel like it's... I mean, I guess it's getting colder instead of warmer, so no, I don't think we would get tornadoes. Yeah, I think it's not been like a worry since we moved here. I've just been curious when, like, what time of year I should expect to, like, have some thoughts of it be a thing. I don't know if there's a way to just deselect one of these. I guess just go into a different tool. Yeah. I guess gold could, like, figure out or help me understand. Yeah, it's more of a summer thing around here. That makes more sense. Okay. So we have 1 billion different types of trees, and I've got to figure out how to, Oh no, why are they all set to automatic offset? Wait, what? Wait, why couldn't I uncheck these? What the heck? I haven't updated this in a while. Is that like a bug? Do I have to do them this way around? Oh no! Okay, I think I remember how this works. It is counted from the top for some strange reason, so I think I just have to subtract 3 to each of the heights, and it should print them in the correct locations. I can test this real quick and just see how bad it is. I love this tool so much. But yeah. This is very, very incorrect. This is not. This is the opposite of bueno. Luckily, it has Control Z, which is like, oh, it's so good. Whoa, it has memories of trees. Okay, so I think the thing about this is you don't actually have to have these all add up. Okay, bot, what are we on today? Maybe we can solve the odds if we first solve a Hamas. Okay, that's all I need to read. I need to figure out if there's a way I can have it like actually print these out looking like lists instead of whatever that nonsense is. 3, 6, 6, 5, 7, 9. Oh, not 98. 9. Yeah, it can't make new lines. It would probably have to say it like separately, and it'll vary by size if I just try to offset it. You can solve Lim's version by doing that, right? I just have not made time to update the bot. It's somewhat unfortunate because I think the bot deserves to have more abilities. I don't know what I was on back years ago when I made the original version of it and I just did like 1,000 different things with it immediately. Like, where was my time and motivation back then? Was I even less productive than I am now, but I was spending it all doing this stuff? Goodness me. Or am I just... Did I get COVID and time slowed down afterward? Okay, these are now correctly placed, it seems. Yep. Okay. Again, I keep meaning to just add more words to its chaining. I think I learn. That would make it 100 times more funny if it just did that correctly. Or if it did more than the same lines all over again, you know? Okay. Medium ones, and then the large... I don't know really what specifies this as a large tree. I feel like these willows should be pretty rare. I think whatever this is set to. I can't like type into the box, can I? Like, these are just supposed to be, like, big, almost landmark kind of things, you know? And then for this section, the birch trees aren't as common as the oak trees, but they are up there a bit. So now, the distribution should be a little bit more satisfying. Actually, I have a lot of these trees, so I'm not sure if... I'm also not sure what I want to do with the density. I'm gonna definitely need to save this as a preset, though. Otherwise, if I don't, setting this up exactly the same later is gonna be a pain. I need to change something. There's way too many birch trees, actually. Yeah, I went a little overboard on some of the probabilities, because I think for this part of the forest, it really should be mostly oaks. I feel like, yeah, printing 3 Dales is just, like... It's the equivalent of that, like, that little reaction image with the little dude looking up. Yeah, I want actually the larger oak trees to be more common, I think. Honestly, these little tiny, like, popsicle trees are not good. They should be there, but they're not that many. There's too many of them. Okay, it does randomize those, but yeah, the small trees are bad. Especially because there's a decent number of them. So actually what I want are these to be the maximum chance trees. And the large one can be decently common. For now, the pines are pretty low. They're there, but they're not, like, there. Yeah, those can stay low. These actually, there's so many of them, and they're a little bit much. Well, okay, maybe not, I'll meet in the middle. I will meet you in the middle. Okay. Still seems like a lot of those. I can also mess with the canopy density. I'm trying to remember, when I was doing this originally, wasn't I trying to figure out if there was a way to draw the leaves, like, kind of on their own? So that it would actually give, like, the canopy that's, like, got the, like, splits and whatnot. I think this forest will feel decently dense once I add bushes and grass. Just starts crying. Oh man, sorry. Oh no. Me and Kyle were talking about Mother 3 the other day, and I still would like to stream that at some point. I'm not sure how I feel about this. I feel like it needs a log there. I would really like to stream through the Mother series, but I've got some, like, crazy, like, emotional attachment to these that I'm not entirely sure how to process. And it's just, like, I'm thinking about, like, the way the music hits me, and I'm almost certain that, like, end of Mother 3, I'm going to cry on camera. Like, I forgot I put little details like that on. They've got, like, little buttons. I did that with the other trees, too. I just didn't do it with the spruce trees. Okay. I feel like somewhere on my computer, I might have the reaction image of the, wanna see how hard I can cry? Psh! But yeah. I feel like the canopy really does need to be more dense. Like, I wanted really chunky, tall trees for this. Sorry, I have to, like, run around for several minutes to get an idea for the, what if I put the base chance, whoa, that's logarithmic-ish. If I put the base chance down and then the minimum spacing, like, what the heck? What is this? Oh, okay, I did something wrong. Oh my gosh. Oh, this is horrifying. Dude. Oh my gosh. I didn't know Minecraft could feel this way. Oh. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. I want to leave. Light! Towards the light! Wait, but the music just got really fitting for it. I know the shaders really help, but that's crazy! Can I get to the river? Like, there's definitely some parts of the map where I think the forest should feel like this. Oh my gosh. Yeah, maybe I actually do need larger pine trees, too. Wow. For certain areas. Okay. If I change the base chance, does that... Yeah, that makes it thicker. Okay. So let's maybe make this like 40 and then this actually really low, and then maybe that's what I'm looking for. Yeah, because the trees were sometimes just not nearly close enough to each other. I think this is much more in line with what I was looking for. Man. Shaders are nice, dude. Shaders and being able to stream in HD and everything. Oh man, my stream is a whole different beast now. I forget, Lim, did I set your name to that color, or did you have that color? Because clearly, at some point, you were granted the color of the, you know, the crud, Selma Mestari role. Yeah, you've had it for a while. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. I forgot that could happen. Yeah, you've had it for a while, but I can't remember whether it was manual set or not. Okay, maybe I don't want the trees that close if I can help it, but I'm not sure. Oh, okay, yeah, so you set it on Twitch, gotcha. Sorry, it can vary between, because on my chat program, I can actually set people manually. Let me just, I want this, like, up to 50, and then the base chance can be, like, 53? I still feel like it's a lot of birch trees. Like a little bit more than I was hoping for. I mean, it's fine, but I'm also surprised. I'm kind of going through here like expecting the willow trees, but they're not really here. Huh. 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 Like I expect... Okay, so... If I... Let me just do this whole area. Just the whole... Oh, wait a second. I just remembered there's a tool mask, right? Mushroom logs. Oh boy. Tree correction logs? Tree correction basic? Right, okay. That keeps the trees from spawning on the river. What's, okay, that... I think that prevents them from... If I put the log effect down first? Totally forgot about the masks, but, that's what the point of the mask is. Don't mind me, just trying to see what a full-sized forest actually looks like. Yeah, this is feeling more correct. Oh, the lighting updated! Oh! Now it's feeling really correct. I also forgot that I fly at 1 billion miles per hour right now. Wowie zowie. I swear to you, I'll finish part of this forest by the end of the stream. Phew, boy. Oh, man, sorry. You don't get... Outside of modded Minecraft, you don't get properly tall trees and... Treason? I don't think I've explored the ground in a while in my modded playthrough. It's the one downside to me getting to have an airship. Is I'm spending a lot of time on the airship. Oh, speaking of which, of the many things what the... Oh, okay, I thought these were next to each other, never mind. Of the many things I worked on with updating my mods, I did fix a setting so the airship shouldn't unload and shouldn't break as easily. Unfortunately, the downside is if I go far away from the airship, it kind of looks like a skeleton. And I'll let you understand what that means when we get there. It's amazing that the lighting, like, it has a whole system for, like, updating that separately. Wait, I clicked a different thing? Sands? No. Can I up these just a little bit? I kind of want to see... Yeah, I'll put them back to what they were. I'd like to see a couple more in this part of the forest, I think. Also, honestly, the birch trees... Oh, that one birch tree is, like, really common. Okay. I'll lower all of them, just a little tiny bit. Because, again, there's, like, what, 12 of them or something? 4 small ones. Or is it, like, 13 of them? I don't... How many were there? Oh! And I guess if we're lowering that, you gotta kind of just a little tiny less on this. The whole thing gets just completely disbalanced. I just want perfection. Is that so bad? You're gray again. I turned you gray. That's my power. Semi-oak forest. Save. So, I think the plan would be like this sort of side of the forest would be intended to be a bit more on the actual just like regular oak side. So we have like semi-oak forest. Probably add like little sort of dots of it where it goes out a bit further. I keep forgetting that I can kind of brush this a bit like further off into the distance than I'm expecting because of the way the stuff loads. I even have like a patch over here. Just kind of juts out a bit. Oh, I just realized though, with the way this works, I think it might end up eating into the cliffs, but that's fine. Okay, so now I need the birch to be much lower. Why did Jimmy Neutron just neuron activate into my brain? I don't even know, man. So if I then shift it there, and let's save this one as some pines oak. Sure, that's a name, right? So then this area can be yeah, okay. I think this is working how I'd like it to look. Gotta make sure I don't put any trees on top of trees, because I think that can happen. Heck yeah, dude. This is gonna look so good when I'm done everything that I still have to do with it. But I will add a forest today. I will save the trees. I've spent so long dilly-dallying on doing any detail work on this map. I've got all these new, better tools than when I did Will's map, and I really want to play it. Hello? Oh, are you getting your color fixed, or is something broken? I'm not losing any frames, so I should be fine. Okay, so... Okay, do I have... I have a, I have a bushes one here. My internet dropped? Oh, maybe somebody cut your cable. All the fiber cables of my stream viewers are just getting cut recently, so... You know, it happens, it happens. So, it dawns on me, if I hit the add blueprint button, and can I clear my tags that I have set? Yeah. Okay, oh, thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness I already saved only several of them. I didn't save all of them. No! I gotta save more things. They did that 4 years ago? Why does this keep happening? Ay, ay, ay. Okay, so what I was gonna add here... I want to put a bunch of junk on the ground, so... We've got several logs and fallen logs and all kinds of things I can... The plain text of East 4 is Devoted Seeker. Do we know this? No what? But yeah, I got all these different, like, stone variants that I can place. Not quite long enough. I wonder what it would take. Okay, so sorry, now I'm thinking to myself, what would it take for me to make a Markov chain kind of thing that actually tries to insert to a specific length? Without, you know, going all in on actually making just a full proper thing. Okay, so which ones do I have? So I have 5 different bushes, which there are 5 different bushes, okay. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rocks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7... 7 rocks? Which one am I missing? Or am I blind and there's not that many? Oh boy. Is it 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8? Wait. Like, did I add this one? Why is there a missing rock? I probably added that other one. It looks like the shape, probably. Whatever, we'll just add another rock real quick. So just double checking. Yeah, because that one isn't big enough to be, and that one don't think extends as far as it needs to be. Stone, probably like, so if I do like stone and then I do small, no, they're medium. They're all medium, aren't they? Or are they just stones? Did I didn't give them a size. Okay. It's a stoned Luigi. You made it. I was just trying to see if there was a save button there, but maybe not. Oh wait, no, don't I have to like copy it and then I save it as a blueprint? What are they even called? Like, crap, I need to know what they're called as well. What have I been naming these? Boulder. Sorry. The vibes got me. Stone. Okay. Now, I do have the fallen log. Yeah, I have the fallen logs. I don't believe I saved... Also, I didn't name them oak fallen logs, which really bothers me. Unless I'm planning on getting lazy and only doing... No, there's no way I was... I'm not that stupid, right? Save blueprint. Log. Spruce. Wood. I don't know. Fallen log. Pine. 1. I like how efficiently I packed all these here, and then I'm like, oh, yeah, we're just putting random spruce trees over there. I'm not even gonna measure it all out. Fallen log pine 2. And then... Wait. No, get me out of that menu. There we go. Fallen log pine 3. Oop, no. Edit, save as oak. Oak stump. It just has to be oak stump. It doesn't have to be anything more than that. And oops. Wood. Spruce. Spruce stump. Save. Okay. I should just... I don't really care for the fallen birch. It doesn't... It insists upon itself. You know, it doesn't matter that much. What should I even call this? These are also boulders. Do I just call them Boulder 9? Stone. What does that mean? Wait, what did I say? What was the last thing I said? Insisting upon itself? I like how... I had a whole conversation about this the other day, actually. Because it itself is a phrase that really doesn't mean anything. But it sure does insist upon itself. I do not care for the Godfather. It insists upon itself. It's like, it is just a Family Guy meme, I guess. But, apparently it was something like one of his professors had said or something when he was in college. And it just worked its way into a joke, I guess. I think that's that's the lore here. And it's funny to me because it's the kind of phrase that just like it doesn't feel like it has any specific distinct meaning, but if I ever hear somebody say it because it's attached to a meme, I know exactly what they're like sort of conveying. Some kind of, is that the some kind of like level of like it's pretentious or just, you know. I didn't like it. I didn't like it because it took itself too seriously, I suppose is one way to put it. There's a couple like uses for it, but like I'm pretty sure the meme itself, doesn't she ask, Peter, what does that mean? It insists upon itself. It's like the fact that the meme itself is just that. I freaking love it. It doesn't mean it. I freaking love. Which also, because I'm pretty sure that's a line, I can never know if somebody's asking, or quoting it. But it was on my mind because I had a whole conversation, including the part where it's just like, yeah. I don't know, it's so freaking dumb. Oh, man. So I'm gonna add to this one. Oops. I think that's part of the quote. Almost certain. Okay, how do I want to handle this. So these, oh crud, wait a second. So automatic offset. For some reason I have to click down the line to get to the one that I want to get to. This seems to be a bug. So -1, I guess? I don't really know. So keep existing should be enabled. And I guess extend foundation to ground? Probably. Okay, that just got like a 0% chance. So clearly the way this automatically assigns these isn't the most amazing. Like, I really feel like the thing I think should be the most common just gets 100%, and then everything from there just is relative to that. Like, there should be a decent number of fallen logs. Also, let's see. Mushroom logs. Cobweb. I made all of these a while ago. Under trees? What does that mean? Oh, I think, is that a variant? Okay, so it's above leaves and above logs. Wait, did that do anything? I think I just put that back. I don't think I did anything. Plant places? Huh. Why isn't this... What? Below... equals any of those, and it is air. Do I have something set weird here? Base chance is pretty dang low. So I'll get rid of that. No, it's still not doing it. So what? Oh, wait, no. Wait, don't tell me wait a second. Did I delete the... I think I did. I got rid of it by accident. I was meaning to get rid of that. Yeah, so I'm trying to figure out how the mask works. Also, just, I gotta get the distribution right. Yeah, definitely not that high. Okay, so... rocks can be decently common. I feel like the mossy rocks make more sense to be more common, but you know what? There's so many dang rocks. They don't need much each. Yeah, I think that's... Oh, wait, no, I can't really... I shouldn't extend it to the ground, because then the logs do weird things. So unless I want to do the logs separately, maybe we're fine with overhang. Yeah, because I mean, bushes will... Well, okay, I'm not sure if bushes will overhang that amount. I wonder whether or not I intended the bushes to be semi-clipped into the floor or not. This music is just me trying to figure this out. Okay, so presets above grass. Okay, that's probably just all I had to do. So now, radius, just make that a little larger. Death of the author. Decide if you want to have the bushes clip into the ground. What? Death of the author? Huh? Forest trash. That's what we call bushes. If you want to have... Huh? I'm scared. I feel like I clearly need to work on my nuance here because, like, wait, so wait, you're using it in the context of the viewer gets to decide? Like, or, am I understanding this correctly at all? What the heck? I made the game really small. Wait a second, no, these bushes are floating. Crud. This isn't the correct one. Am I sure it's not just, above others? Okay. Leaf litter locations. I forgot about leaf litter. Cannot see sky. Plant places. I mean, should it not just be this one? I don't understand what's wrong with this one. Past you is not here and cannot bring any input on how stuff is supposed to be used. Oh! Oh, I get it. The author is dead. Yes, that version of me is gone, except for, I don't know, if I think about it hard enough, I do weirdly remember these things. So, the block below has to be grass. Okay, what's the difference between this and above grass? Below equals one of those. So, just an OR case. And then plant places has to be the OR case of one of these, or block, and block equals air, just like regular air, but it doesn't seem to want to do that, which is strange to me. So I'm not sure what's wrong with it. I could just coat the trees in. No, that doesn't work either. Oops, and I think I just got rid of those trees again. Go back in there. Okay, actually, I can test this. If I get rid of keep existing, does that still not work? Wait, do I even have... I have the leaf one on. Plant places. It doesn't work at all. Huh? Well, see, my problem is I'm looking at what this quote-unquote code is. But it doesn't feel like it should be broken. Like, why is it not detecting it as air? Huh. What if I make this grass? The heck? Huh? The position of where this is checking... I don't even know if this fixes what I'm trying to fix anyway. Okay, so above grass, let me just add an and not block. Wait, no. I need below. Below equals water. Okay, this should be correct. I've occasionally at night when I'm wearing these, which I haven't been in the habit of entirely, I will, like, see in the mirror and be like, it's a totally different aesthetic than I usually have, but I kind of am down for it. I do obviously think I need, you know, proper non-yellow ones. I do need new glasses in general. I wonder if I can get, like, a pair of square glasses and a pair of circle glasses. Like, I think sometimes they let you take two. Oh my gosh, it's so weird going into, like... Whoa. Sorry. Definitely, there's a reason why I don't use these at the desk. It's... I mean, it doesn't make a difference. I can see the screen the same exact... You know, maybe there's a little bit of, like, weirdness with my eyes just on, like... I don't know. But just... Oh, I can see that, and everything around me is the weird part of doing the regular glasses. But, I like my regular glasses. I think in this current lighting, weirdly enough, the yellow ones look really good. Like, weirdly enough, they're my low light glasses there, yeah. So enough that you don't need them at the desk. Yeah, I guess I'm near. They're kind of blurry. Plus I've been for years doing what they recommended when I was, you know, when I got these glasses, like, oh, over 15 years. These glasses might be older than my friendship with gold. They might be, like, nearing 20 years old. Oh no. Pictures going back many, many years. I really, do need to get new ones. But, oh, I forgot something very important. I do need to get new ones. I don't know why I would have been wearing them back in the day, like, on old VODs, but it was probably the same thing of I wanted to look aesthetically nice because I feel weird without my glasses. But I think I did wear them a couple times back ages ago or something. Well, granted, I don't know if you're talking just me putting them on randomly like I've been doing now, or me, like, actually actively wearing them like I kind of did once or twice. Wait, what? Oh, wait, I see. I think I see what's actually going wrong here. I really want to extend that to base. I think I'm fine if the logs are weird. Okay. That should be correct, right? Yeah. What? No? Yeah. Huh, there's still the occasional one? No, I think it's purging most of them, but I don't... Oh, I know what I can do. Not near water. Yeah, that fixes it. But yeah, I've been trying to keep up with, the recommendation I got all those years ago not to wear my glasses at my desk, not while reading, all the things that would make my nearsightedness, like, I guess, worse. So yeah, that's why I never stream with glasses on. These are non-prescription, so technically, aside from the fact that the yellowing effect probably makes me sleepier, you know, I can get away with it. Oh no. Lim, the bot is denying you your GAC ciphers. Or wait, no, I think it's actually insisting on exploring specific ones. Never mind. Okay, this forest is coming along nicely. We can never solve the eyes while we are still wait, no, wait, maybe I'm... Oh my gosh, I gotta read this. We can never solve the eyes while we are still exploring more GAC ciphers that... Explains? That's weird. The grammar on that's actually weirder than it should be. That should just be... This should just be explain. Huh. While also flipping the shared sections. Dear goodness. That's a rough one to read. At my desk. Squinting things I cannot read. I guess that's the catch, is part of why I go with it. Which again, I guess it kind of does vary. If you're farsighted and you can't see things that are close by, it's like, I guess you might not have a choice. But if you're nearsighted and you can only see things nearby, that's the whole advice, is unfortunately if I do it too much, you know, it'll get worse, and then I'm gonna need more prescription. And I've gotten away with having the same glasses for 15 years, so I guess, I don't know, I must be following some instructions correctly. Okay, well, we got like rocks and everything put in correctly. Block. I feel like I'm being chased through this forest. You know, when I eventually... Okay, going back to earlier parts of this, eventually, I'm gonna be, like, probably... Oops. Putting these in random locations. These don't glow as much as I expected. I guess they glow a little bit. Like, they have a really high bloom level, but other than that... it's not that crazy. But, going back to some of the lore stuff from earlier. What is this? Oh, by the way, one thing I don't really understand about these shaders is, for some reason, if I look at the sun, like, this becomes the Valley of Darkness. Like, you can see it comes in like this, and I don't really know why, or if that's just a Minecraft thing. I really wish it wouldn't, because the, like... Actually, can I change... This is really funny. But can I change something? Sky... Skybox? Where was that? Give me a second. I'm almost certain there's like a sun and a moon lighting, probably. Right? Somewhere. Shadow config. Sun path rotation. Oh, yeah, it moved the sun. Okay. Time set day. Okay, so we can put the sun back where it usually goes. Which I think kind of, for this map, might work better. What is that? That's 1,000, so 4,000. It's like, one second. It's kind of nice for it to not be perfectly up there. Let's actually just put it, like, I don't know, let's just put it 15 degrees the other way, maybe? So now it's kind of like a little tilted up there. But hey, it's... Oh gosh, but I put the valley... Wait a second, the Valley of Darkness is this way now. But the Valley of Darkness only, like... Oh my gosh, what the heck? Huh? It's like I can reduce the Valley of Darkness, but I cannot get rid of it. Whoa. Ah, yes. Living, whoa. This is kind of glitchy. Living, yeah. Living in the Arctic. It's just... Noon is just here. Game rule do daylight cycle. Freaking weird and surreal. I actually wonder where the sun would be. I haven't checked my 3D model in a while. Wait. Oh. I'm like, why isn't that moving? There it goes. Yeah, it just goes sideways now. That's great. Oh, this is really freaking alien lighting. I'll only stream for a little bit longer here, but I'll finish the forest after I fix the sun. So yeah, I think it was like 15 was probably fine. Oh gosh, it feels so bright now. After that, it's just like uncanny to actually like look at the sky or look at the regular lighting we had. How's the forest with this lighting though, like inside of it? Yeah, so it's as it was. Yeah. Man. What about like 10,000 is probably good. Yeah, get that lovely evening glow. Oh, perfect timing on the music with just, I don't know, the yellow of the lighting. But, yeah, so I guess my final little lore thing before I wrap up, would be... So, you have something like a mana system, and you would probably have it emitted from natural sources. But you might also have a sort of, I guess, entropy happen to it. Which tool was I using before? Was it Noise Painter? Dry grass, leaf litter. Okay, flat flower patches, lily pads, cobwebs. Oh yeah, I did have cobwebs. This was a thing. Cobweb places. So it's gonna add quite a lot of them if I do it this way, but I can get rid of them in a moment. But yeah, I can add cobwebs. I did so many clever little things I never got to use. A lot of spiders in here. Just really lower it. But yeah, so having it be a thing where like the constant use of mana from like magical sources like drains it. Like technically in these futuristic places, magic could exist. But you know, it kind of has to be returned over a very long period of time. So I guess you probably would get a bit of an effect of you probably would get a bit of an effect of like the carbon cycle. Yeah, we can compare it to that. which brush was I using? Was it just painter? So noise painter, I feel like would be about the same, but default radiant painter, default. So I really actually need to figure out. I'm almost certain. Wait, it was script brush, wasn't it? Okay. Right, yeah. Right, I forgot script brush is so weird. Because, like, one of the example script brushes is just a thing where you click and it adds a heart to the world. Nah, it's not carbon, it's just radiation. A lot of animes, I feel like the, I feel like a lot of anime, brain's turning off, sorry. A lot of the anime mana systems, it's just like, it feels like you're describing radiation of some kind. I don't think I saved, like, many presets here. So there's, like, vines and stuff like that. Maybe it wasn't the script brush. I don't know, man. But I don't see... There's cobwebs, flower patches, pink flowers. Like, a couple things I made there. There's just things that I feel like should be here that aren't, preset-wise. But maybe it's not as complicated as I'm thinking, and that's why I didn't. Like, maybe I just set up a noise painter. It's like weird. What's with the dry grass? And why am I putting it in the floor? I thought I had one for, like, tall grass, too. Need a... So there's above grass. Nope, that's not correct. Plant places? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so plant places work for these things. I see now. Did I... Okay. I wonder of all of the things I have set here, which would be best for painting flowers. I guess probably this one with some different things set. So, like, for instance, if I want to do mushrooms, I have like a specific thing. So I did make a mushroom places. So there's mushroom places and then there's mushroom logs. Cannot see sky. Cannot see sky. Below is any of those. What is it near? Oh, logs. Okay. So I think... It's really hard to tell if this is working. Okay, yeah, okay, it definitely made a few. 1 second. It definitely made a few, I think. Did it make it? It made it in the tree? Okay. Oh, it's replacing part of the tree. This is incorrect. Blink, blink. Adding mushrooms to forests? Blink, blink? Uh-huh? What are you into? I have no idea how to use this. It's been so long. But I also don't understand, whoa, what the heck? I didn't realize there were actual, there's geodes down here. The world does have mana. It's lore accurate by accident, because I always feel like, magical crystals is the go-to way. It is the carbon cycle. But, I do have a slight problem here of that. It almost seems like it's inclined to try to... Wait, what did I just delete? Okay, yeah, it's inclined to delete my stuff, which is not good. So this is incorrect. Carbon and diamonds are mana. It checks out. That just replaces everything. This is horribly incorrect. What was I doing before to paint these? Because clearly this isn't the correct tool. I wasn't stamping them, right? Or maybe I was using a script brush? Okay, the script brush doesn't break. Because, okay, the thing I'm doing with the mushrooms here, one of the things I set up, which it's not doing, yeah, the script brush doesn't actually work with this. Never mind. If I increase the, like, chance of both of these, you'll see it can only place them in certain locations in the forest, and it can't place them, like, where it's bright or anything. So, okay, what's wrong with this? It needs to be near and not, and block equals air, I guess. Yeah, there we go. Though I'm kind of curious. So this is... What's the difference between these? So mushroom logs is this one. Mushroom places is... Okay, I see. This one requires them to be near logs, which is cool. Okay, so let's fix the block counts here. Yeah, now it should just be the occasional mushroom. Nothing too crazy, I don't think. Probably. I feel like I just saw one spawn in a tree. I mean, I guess there's toadstools, like, that's a thing, right? They can be in trees if they want to. They can leave their friends behind, because their friends aren't trees. It's a weird remix of that song. Live in trees if you want to. You can leave your trees behind. Because your trees don't dance, and if they don't dance, they're no trees of mine. Look at all this. Mushies. Mushy rooms. But, yeah. Eventually we'll add some nyanimals in here. Do I have this music on loop? I thought it was only 2 hours, and it hasn't ended yet, which is slightly surprising. I think this is probably the actual last track now that I think about it. Okay, so one more thing, just to round off the forest creation process. Because again, we're doing the forest for real this time. So can I do tall grass, or is that just broken? Plant places, please. Yeah, tall grass is broken, and I can probably fix that if I'm clever, but, you know what? We'll commit to the process. Because I think what I can do... So weird looking without the top half. If I make one where below equals tall grass, half lower, and I have a brush, like just a regular brush, set to tall grass upper. Wait, is this it? Below equals lower. Active block, okay. What am I doing wrong? Should this not paint? Oh, wait a second. Maybe I need to fix this. Is this... Can I... I mean, it should be defaulting to lower, yeah. So what's wrong with it? I don't know. I'm gonna save this as tall grass fix, just so I can swap between something real quick. Plant places, just put a bajillion of these here. Oh, I think I know what's wrong. It's not the painter. I probably want freehand draw. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so painter replaces it, paints it. Freehand draw is like it's adding material. So that makes sense. So yeah, I can do the tall grass. I'm out of music. I gotta work fast. So let's just see real quick. I do kind of like the way the noise painter paints these. I do want to mess with the density. So like I want like a low density of the thick stuff. It's like a little too much. I also kind of want... Do I need to mess with the... Okay, the octaves are good. Is there like a scale? Yeah, okay, I want the scale down lower, I think. This is quite something to figure out. Just the noise. Okay, that's a regular brush. I mean, yeah, that's probably fine, right? Like something like that. Or, oh wait, you know what? I just realized if I want to thicken it up, we do that. Then we get smaller patches by doing that. So that's probably a bit closer to what I'm looking for. Okay. Final task. Grass. Grass. Oh wait, does this fix for water? It appears so. Okay. My only worry is that there's going to be, like, spots where you can kind of tell I messed up and overlapped. Like 2 bits of work in a weird way. Or, like, I missed a spot or wherever else, just because there's a little bit of perhaps blindness that goes into once the forest is already kind of grown. Okay, so now I should be able to go back to Sculpt Draw with that set. Tall grass fix. Big radius. Wait, what do I have wrong? Sculpt Draw. Hello? Or freehand draw, sorry. Gotcha. And then just do the whole area. It doesn't even matter. All that matters is that we get all of it. So that there's no thing left behind. And then heck, let's just, I don't know, do it again. Just to be 100% sure. With a larger brush. Okay. Now we're done for the evening. See, I kind of like it because, like, you get these just kind of big patches that are together. Yeah, like, they're... Yeah, it's so much better for this kind of stuff just because it kind of works its way up to the big grass and it's not just random. So it's a nice use of noise thresholds. I probably could use more in the actual forest here. It's a little lighter than I expected. Yeah, I'll do a little bit more, I think. It's looking pretty good, though. But yeah, I do want the forest to be really overgrown looking. So yeah, one more little bit of this. Let's just set her back to what she was. Just like really increase that chance. Oh wait, oh that's a bit much. Yeah, just like make it real thick in the middle of the forest. Like just guarantee that there's almost grass everywhere. Okay. It's so quiet. Oh, it's so awkwardly quiet without music, man. And one more pass. Boom, bada boom. Poggers has been made. It's like I could add flowers and some other things later, but for now, I'm pretty happy with this. Yeah, once you get in here, it's you're in the thick of it. This is pretty cool. Coming together. Oh, heck yeah. One second. I need a thumbnail. Yeah. I can't stop myself. I'm a content creator. I'm addicted. No. Oh, man. Anyway, yeah, what was that last bit about? Yeah, so the mana drains bit by bit by having it, you know, it gets used up, and then it needs to replenish. Actually, I think the thing I had was the weird idea that if you had a sort of light and dark mana sort of system, the thing that would be kind of interesting about it is as you use a lot of light magic, it sort of disbalances things, and the dark magic, like that's where you get areas that use magic end up with monsters because lots of dark magic or whatever The polarity produces evil creatures. If it builds up too much or something like that. But like both of them are kind of getting spent up and finding themselves in a state of like a lower, kind of like actual entropy. Energy finds itself in a lower state. But I feel like the sort of cultural nature of magic use would probably, it's kind of like how we're using up our coal. All our carbon is you know, we're using it up like really, really quick. And so, you know, you get a couple hundred years of magic users doing that to their magic source, and you get the same thing, right? And then it just, let's be honest, magic really is just radiation, so it just builds up. So, that's you. Then you have your Adventure Time layer, where Adventure Time, like a bunch of the magic stuff, is like the result of a nuclear war kind of thing happening. So you can wrap it all back around to that kind of thing, where so the sort of, not time loop, but the pendulum swing of society in this world inevitably becomes futuristic and then apocalyptic. And thus it's that cycle that all the crystals get recharged from whatever ends society, and there you go. See, that, as silly as that all sounds, that is my favorite thing with building something that has like lore attached to it. Building my own little world building stuff is, it's having a premise and then building all the excuses that are required to make the premise work. Actually, that could have actually stayed now that I think about it. Yeah, like just loads and loads of silly little ideas like that make the whole sort of world come together. Obviously, though, you don't want it to insist upon itself, so you got to be a little careful. That reminds me, there's a couple Dungeon Claw updates I haven't played. Maybe I'll add that to the list of things that'll get 2 hours of stream time. But anyway, I'm gonna wrap up here. Thank you all for viewing. And yeah, so tomorrow I'm gonna continue my Noida Sun quest, and then I think Katamari on Sunday. We'll see. And then, I don't know, more of this whenever I don't slot in a thing. I'm still thinking next week I'm gonna try to do a cooking stream. My brother is off on Friday, so it might end up being that Saturday, next Saturday? Not this Saturday, next Saturday. So, but we'll figure out. I just, you know, obviously I don't want to do it on a day where he's off, so I'm just trying to figure out what his schedule is. And yeah, what I can get away with doing. Man, sorry. Everything looks so good, except for I'm really wish I could get rid of this very subtle, like, can you see it on stream at all? When I notice it, it like I can't unnotice it for a little while, and then I forget that it's even there. But there's this like really weird noise layer, actually. Wait a second. Oh, is that, wait a second. Noise layer. I think I know what that is. Graphics. There is a noise texture, right? No, it's still there. That's weird. Like, there's supposed to be something of a noise texture that simulates it like the environment is more blocky. Did I disable that right? It is like a noise texture though, but disabling that doesn't get rid of it. It's like a static noise texture. It probably just renders darker for you all, but I don't know what that is. Sorry, now it's bad how much it bothers me. Because it's like a ring around my player, basically. Like, it cuts off right here, basically. Like, right there. Well, actually, weirdly enough, I almost feel like it depends on where I'm looking. Huh. There's actually maybe multiple noise layers. That's so weird. Why does it render like that? One second, can I make it more obvious if I... Because it's so close to being seamless. It's so close to being seamless, but... Oh, yeah, one second. Is that more... Yeah, you can see that on stream, right? This blobby little line. Definitely when I look down, it's worse. Oh, yeah, when I look down, it's way worse. It's not a vignette because it doesn't move with my camera. What is with that? That's so freaking weird. I'm being rendered to death. Oh, it's so weird. Does anything change that? Definitely not anti-aliasing. It's still there. What if I get rid of the overdraw? No, it's still there. If I make the overdraw really high, still there. I don't really know if there's anything that could, like, get rid of that. Because, like, I think the thing is, like, okay, it's gotta be related to distant horizons. If I turn it off, like, specifically, that's the thing. Oh my gosh, an 8-chunk render distance? Yeah, that's the thing. It's something about the way it's, like, overlaid onto the thing. Also, yeah, one second. Let's see. I've been playing at 16 chunks. This is what the game would be like without Distant Horizons. Let's just appreciate how good Distant Horizons is. You know, me actually being able to enjoy, like, feeling like I'm working in this very large world. Like, I mean, I will say not being able to see the whole place does kind of make locations feel big, in that they're everything that you can experience at a given moment. But it doesn't make the world feel very immersive, I suppose. Now, if I re-enabled the fog, I think that would help a lot. But, yeah, it's the difference between that and... Well, actually, weirdly enough, you can't see the mountains from down here anyway, but it's the difference between that and this. Like, crazy mod. So I'm being very, very nitpicky about, like, a rendering thing that feels very close to perfection, but I'm, like, really curious if I can figure out if there's a specific option that fixes it. Because I really don't know why it's a thing. This halo effect. I mean, it would have to be somewhere, I feel like, in the, Probably. No, not doesn't affect it. No, it doesn't affect it. What about disabled? It doesn't, I don't think it makes a difference. I'm gonna keep it disabled. Fade nearby LODs, false? No, that doesn't seem to change anything. Cut off abruptly at set distance from the camera. Yeah, I guess, I don't know. Fade before far clip plane. Whoa. What does that do? 1 second. I think I have to... Sorry, you're just seeing what I do off stream when I set this kind of stuff up. I am cursed by wanting perfect stuff. I don't really know what difference this makes. Just so weird. It's definitely something about how the shader interacts with it. It might not be... Because, like, okay, here's actually the important thing I can do. If I get rid of it, it's still there. So I think it's just not perfect, shader or not. Huh. Okay. Let me make sure I didn't leave anything weird set. Yeah, I think it's all what I had it as. This reminds me of that one video, where the guy, like, goes over how to fix, how to add dithering to fix the weird rendering that you get with vignettes and things on screen. Or just like, what was it? Crud. The, what's it called? The Bugs Metroidvania. The second one with Hornet. I know the name of the character. Hollow Knight. Silk Song. Yeah, he's like, the game is basically perfect, but you see this, one little rendering issue, like, from the start of the game, and it really takes me out of it. Which I understand completely. It seems so incredibly petty. By the way, this is the one thing I wish I could, like, change. This kind of, like, this tree would just not be here. Like, trees grow, they get up to the top of the canopy, or they die. I mean, I guess that sorta would be there, but maybe not like that. But yeah, it's one of those things where, as petty as it seems as an issue, I very much understand from a graphics designer standpoint that you can't see stuff like that and not unsee it. It's like, Gold has been playing Sea of Stars recently. Gorgeous looking game. And there's not really, like, issues that I, like, take with its visuals. But anytime I'm, like, looking at how it does the shadows and stuff like that, my brain goes into, huh, that looks neat. I wonder how they did it mode. And is, like, semi-analyzing, like, oh, okay, I see. They probably have a second plane of the character that faces the light source rather than the camera. And it's just like stuff like that that is just, oh my gosh. It's a bit silly. Like, I'm almost cursed to not be able to be entirely immersed into things. Because I just, my brain doesn't turn off from, like, getting really curious. How was this done? Anyway, yeah, I should wrap up. Anyway, thank you all for watching. Again, I guess I already said that. And, good night, everybody. Yeah. Yip, 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 yip. Down, 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 down.